What's up, people? Welcome to the channel. Today I want to do a video on comparing two budget heavy-duty Sawhorses here. I got one that's Masterforce from Menards. It's the MX047. And then I got the Toughbuilt C550. Alright guys, so these are the Sawhorses I'm replacing. These are the good old plastic Harbor Freight ones. As you guys can see, they've been used quite a bit over the last probably about 5 years. But they're broke, so I need to replace them. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money because I might only use Sawhorses maybe a handful of times. I did want to upgrade and get a more heavier duty one, and then one that could collapse and is easier to put away. Maybe hang on the wall, something like that. Just a little different style. So I did a bunch of research and I went on the hunt for some Sawhorses, the cheapest ones I could find that were built like this and that were heavy duty. So what I came up with was the Masterforce from Menards, and then I came up with the Toughbuilt from Home Depot. A lot of the Sawhorses I seen were $40 and above just for one. These both came in at under 35 bucks a piece. If you guys seen my Menards shopping video, the deal video, you guys seen I picked these up. These were on sale for $33. And then if you do the mail-in rebate, it was like $29. Then at Home Depot, they got these ones for $34. These Toughbuilt ones. So I got these both home. You're probably wondering why I bought two sets. So when I went to Menards to pick up the Masterforce, I thought I was getting the best deal possible on a set of Sawhorses that were built like this. Come to find out I was wrong. It wasn't the best deal. So first, let's just take a closer look at both of these Sawhorses and see what they have to offer. All right guys, so first we got the Masterforce MX047. It is the folding Sawhorse. The dimensions are 47 inches wide by 30 inches high. It's got folding legs, built-in carry handle, 2x4 work table support arms, and the capacity is 1,100 pounds. Over here you got the Toughbuilt Sawhorse that you can find at Home Depot. This is the C550. Once again, 1,100 pounds each, 2,200 for the pair. Pretty much kind of the same specs here. It's got the 2x4 support arms. It's got the pegs that support the, if you got wood to stand up on the side there. And then it's got rugged pivoting feet. All right, we'll go ahead and take a look at the two I have folded up on the table here. Here's the Masterforce and then the Toughbuilt's behind it. If you guys take a look at it, they're both folded up. They're laying on the table. The Masterforce, the 2x4 section that you see there on the Toughbuilt, actually folds into the Sawhorse with the legs. So that's the first difference there. So ultimately the Masterforce is going to be a little bit wider Sawhorse. That's the max width of the Toughbuilt. And then with the Masterforce, when you fold the legs out, the 2x4 slats are going to come a little bit farther out, so you're going to get a little bit more width there. All right, so here's a look at them side by side unfolded. We'll go ahead and take a measurement of the Sawhorses. So the Menards comes in at about 46 3/4. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at the Home Depot one. Actually measure it from the side here. The Home Depot one comes in at 41.5. So that's the max width on both of them. So you're gonna get a little bit more width out of the Masterforce from Menards. That's what they look like right up next to each other there. So that's the first difference between the two Sawhorses. All right guys, also for the measurements, you can see that the Masterforce is about 1 inch taller than the Toughbuilt. go ahead and do a measurement. There's the measurement of the Toughbuilt. It's about 28 3/4. And then the Masterforce is 29 3/4 for the Masterforce. So about an inch difference there in height. You're gonna get a little bit more height out of the Masterforce. Go back over to the ones on the table here. Next up is the handles. Handles are about the same size. The Toughbuilt does feel more of a rubber type material, a lot more flexible. This feels more plasticky and it's not as flexible, it's more stiff. So the Toughbuilt handle is more comfortable. The next difference we got here is on the top, the Masterforce actually has a foam pad. It's a thin foam pad, but it's a foam pad. The Toughbuilt has more of a textured top to it. So this is going to be nice for if you're using it for, you know, something you don't want to scratch, scuff up. If you're sliding it on the Sawhorse, it's got a nice finish you don't want to ruin. This one's going to be, you're not going to be able to slide it as well, so that's a good thing. It's going to grip that, but also this will probably scuff up any delicate surfaces that you might put on this. So that's the other difference between the Masterforce and the Toughbuilt. You got more of a abrasive here, and then this is going to be a softer foam on the top. Go to the next difference here is the supports on the Toughbuilt are a little bit more angled up because of those points there. It doesn't sit flush on the leg, so you get more of an angle up, and then on the Toughbuilt it just sits flush, so it's a little bit flatter. So I don't know if you guys can tell there, but this is angled up more than the Masterforce. So there's the Masterforce, and then there's the Toughbuilt. Not a huge deal, but they do fold in, of course. Next difference here, and this is kind of what got me a little bit, is the Toughbuilt comes with pivoting legs that have rubber feet. So if you're on uneven surfaces, this is going to pivot. The Masterforce comes with no rubber feet. This was an extra cost. I had to buy these extra. Had to buy 8 of them, one for each foot. They're $1.99 a piece. So they slide on, and then they have sheet metal screw that you drill into the leg here. So you're going to slide the foot on, and then you're going to drill it into the leg. So this is an extra cost. Now, I did not know that about the legs. As I was kind of messing with it at the store, it didn't have rubber feet on it. So it kind of concerned me a little bit, because if you guys see, my floor has an epoxy coating on it. And I didn't like the fact that these didn't have rubber feet on it, because I didn't want to screw up my epoxy floor. And the feet didn't pivot, so that was also a negative for me. So I went ahead and bought the rubber feet that you guys see there. That was extra, pretty much $2 a piece. So for each Sawhorse, you would end up adding on another $8. So like I said, these Masterforces with the mail-in discount, or the mail-in rebate, you're going to be paying $29 for the Masterforce, as long as you mail in the rebate. If you don't, they're $33. But you still, if you want those rubber feet, and this is optional, you don't have to get the rubber feet, but it's something I wanted. Maybe it's not something you're gonna want. You're gonna have to pay $2 extra, so $8 more per Sawhorse, so $16 total. Which, you know, you add the extra $8 onto one Sawhorse, you're looking at $37, $38 now. And the Toughbuilt with the pivoting feet that have the rubber bottoms at the store, $34. So you're gonna save $4 per Sawhorse with the Toughbuilt. Now for some people, the rubber feet, you know, you might not even want to buy those extra. You might be okay with just the way it, you know, it has these regular feet on there. But it was a concern of mine. So if you're not worried about the feet, the Masterforce is gonna be a cheaper buy overall. But if you are interested in something that has pivoting rubber feet, then I think the Toughbuilt is gonna be your choice. All right guys, so go ahead. The folding and unfolding is all the same with both of them. They have a button here. You're gonna go ahead and push that button, which is gonna release the legs. Like I said, that's how the 2x4 comes out, the support on the Masterforce. You're not gonna get that with the Toughbuilt because it's already bolted on there like I showed you guys earlier. So there's no movement with this Toughbuilt. It's just locked in place. But I'm gonna go ahead and fold that out. Fold the legs out. Do the same thing with the other side. Go ahead and push the button. And lock the legs in place. Real simple, easy to do. So that is the Masterforce. Then I go ahead and show you the Toughbuilt. Pretty much the same process. You're gonna go ahead and push the button to unlock it. Separate the legs. And lock them in place. Super easy to do, no issues. Now the only difference is with the Toughbuilt compared to the Masterforce is when you go to fold this back up, you're gonna want to make sure that you got these legs pushed to the side, the feet pushed to the side, so that they fold up in there. Same thing with the other side. Make sure these legs are folded flat, because if they're not folded flat, they're not going to fit in there. Then it just locks in place. No issues. Alright, I'll go ahead and show you the Masterforce. It's a little bit simpler because you don't have the feet that pivot. Just fold it up. And there you go. Locks into place. Make sure that these pop into place. You're good. Alright guys, so that's it for my comparison video on the cheapest heavy duty Sawhorses that I was able to find in my area. Let me know if you guys got any other recommendations for some cheap heavy duty Sawhorses. I'm still torn between which ones I want to keep. Each one has their pros and their cons. Let me know in the comments below which ones you guys recommend or which ones you guys like. Hopefully this video helped you out. If you're looking for some Sawhorses, if it did, go ahead and smash that like button. If you guys like what I'm doing on my channel, hit that subscription button and that notification bell so you guys get notified when I post my next video. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll talk to you later.